Today, we're going to be looking at a haul of cameras that I got off a Facebook Marketplace. Let's roll the intro and get into this one. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrew, and if you've been here before, you'll know that I love old cameras, particularly ones that are a little bit strange and different. In my last video, I went through a collection of cameras that I was fortunate enough to pick up from a friend, some really nice SLRs. I'll post a link up in this corner probably, and in the description below if you'd like to watch that. But a couple of days after I got that, I was tagged in a Facebook post for a local marketplace, and going back to a video I made some time ago about how to get into a collection, how to find cameras to collect. One of the things I mentioned was Facebook marketplaces. Every town has them, small, large, whatever. Everyone has a Facebook marketplace or multiple ones. And I was tagged in a post. This person said, is anybody interested in old cameras? And I gave the woman a call, and she said, I've got some old cameras. They belong to my uncle who passed away quite a few years ago. They're in a box. All I want to do basically is get rid of them. I said, can I come around and have a look? She said, yeah, sure. So I went around and had a look. And I've broken this into cameras I'm going to keep and some that I will probably actually get rid of and sell. The very last one is a bit special, and I've got a plan for that one, so hang around to see what my plan is for that one. But let's have a look at what we've got here. One of the first ones I saw was an old Polaroid. Polaroid Colorback 80. This is quite an old Polaroid. It was one where you had to actually pull the film out and separate the film. There was actually a pack of film in it that's well past its use by date. The camera actually works. Everything appears to work on it. It's in very nice condition. I will probably be selling this one. The only reason is that I particularly like to have cameras that work and that I can use. And this camera works, as far as I can tell, perfectly, but you can't get film for it. I did look up, and there's a hack that you can do to the camera that involves breaking away a part of the inside, and you can use a different type of film. Unfortunately, even that film is hard to come by. And so I don't really see the point in breaking a really nice camera that somebody will probably find nice to have on their shelf and to look at. Someone who collects cameras and isn't so concerned about having them work. There were some accessories with it back in the day when flash cubes. So it actually fitted a flash cube onto the side like that. As you take the photo, the flash cube would flash. Very, very 1970s, but a nice camera, but probably not staying in my collection, unfortunately. The bag that it came in, genuine Polaroid. These cameras have been taken well care of. The next one is also one that I'll probably get rid of, but it's kind of sad. The only reason I'll get rid of it is the movie camera, and it's not really my thing. This is a Bell & Howell Duo Zoom, and you wind it up. There's a little indicator on the side that tells you when it's fully wound. Put it in, it winds, it zooms. I was surprised when I opened it. There's actually a spool of film in it, and it definitely does feed the film through. So as far as I can tell, if you were interested in this type of thing, It comes with all its original instruction manuals. It's apparently the person who owned this filmed the woman's wedding who I bought this off of, and they still have the film from it. And there is actually a pack of, let me have a look, Kodachrome 25 film, unopened, $6.25. So it's like a double 8mm roll, so it's like a 16mm roll of film that you would run through one way, then run back the other way. So you got double the film. I do know a little about it, but video is really not my thing. So I suspect I'll probably sell this, and hopefully it'll find an owner who is into using film cameras, movie cameras, because honestly, it looks like it should run and be able to make movies with. We'll move on to ones that I'll more than likely be keeping. There was a very basic, open it up, point and shoot, Kodak VR35. Nothing exciting, but kind of nice, just a point and shoot to have around. Interestingly, it also has a roll of film in it, so I'll shoot through that film, get it processed, and we'll see what's on it. That's nothing terribly exciting, but just a fun little extra camera to put in the collection. Then, when I was growing up, the camera that pretty much everyone had an Instamatic camera. We'd moved past the point in time where box brownies were the camera that everyone had, and Kodak had moved on to making the Instamatic, which from memory it was a 126 or 127 film. It was a cartridge, popped into the back, took square photos. Everyone had them. I had one, my dad had one. They were just everywhere. But I'd never seen one quite like this. It's from Kodak. It's called an Instamatic 700. And unlike all the ones that I'm used to, this one's actually got a light meter. It's got shutter speeds. You can adjust the shutter speeds, and the flash actually pops up from, okay, there's a little bar across the back, pops up, and the flashes that it uses, and there are some here, were individual bulbs. This one here. So you had individual bulb that you would sit into the camera, bang, flash. There was your flash. Reflector built in. Very, very nice. It's actually a focus. You've actually focused. Again, all the ones that I've seen of these in the past were simply, fixed focus, fixed shutter speed, fixed everything. Basically, wind the film on, press the button, put a flash bulb in it if you wanted to, but that was as exciting as it got. So this is quite a exciting sort of Instamatic camera, and there's also film in it. So I'll probably keep this one. It is possible to re-spool 35mm film into these cartridges. There are some cartridges available. Whether I'll do that or whether I'll just try and pick up some expired film in various places, but it's sort of different enough that I'm not going to get rid of that one. Next up, and what I'm really impressed with this collection is the condition of the cameras is just beautiful. This one we've got in a beautiful leather case, solid hide, Kodak, so it's an original case. for the Box Brownie. Now, this is a Model D 620. Now, the problem with these ones is they use 620 film, which was specifically made by Kodak. When Kodak came out with 120 film, they didn't put copyright or whatever onto it, and everybody made it. And Kodak didn't like that. They wanted to make money from not only selling you the camera, but specifically selling you the film. So they switched it up and released 620 film, which is exactly the same film, but on a thinner, slightly narrower spool. Unfortunately, 620 film isn't readily made anymore. There is a company in China that makes a roll of film, and there are some respooling, so you can get it. You can get certain amounts of it. Also, some cameras, and I've tested with this one, you can do a hack of cutting down the 120 roll, narrowing it out, and it will fit. And this one I've actually tested that will fit. You do have to have a 620 take-up spool, but they're readily available on eBay. You can buy the spools, because one of the things that they changed was the where the winder clips in. It's much smaller on the 620 roll than it is on the 120 roll. So you can't use a 120 roll as a take-up roll in a 620 camera. But this is a 1940s, 1950s camera. And the condition of it, if you just look at it, it's just amazing, that the condition of it. Whoever this person was, he obviously took great care with his cameras. We've got a couple more to go. The next one came, it's also a 620 camera, it's also a Brownie, came in a box which is in beautiful condition still. It highlights the fact that this camera has a meniscus lens. Interesting thing to actually sort of highlight, since a meniscus lens is about as basic as you can possibly get. It's literally one element, nothing exciting at all. Again, the condition of this camera is about as close to mint as you could possibly imagine. Has a pop-up finder, and you open it up. It's not been used very much. I honestly don't believe, because it's all very, oh, that's the back. So you put your roll of film in there. I've tested this one, and unfortunately, it's much tighter than the Box Brownie. So it's not possible to use, or I haven't been able to use the hack for using a 120 roll film. So I'll have to get some 120 film. But it's a folding camera. Folds out, fold the viewfinder out, shoot it this way, that way. Again, looking at the condition of the lens, everything on it is just beautiful. So the person, again, who owned this, I don't believe this camera has been used much at all, but it is a beautiful camera. And definitely I'm going to be trying to find some film. I do have some film. I bought one roll because I have a couple of other 620 cameras that I'm going to try out. So I'll have to be getting some more. And this one's definitely going to get a run. The last one is the one I'm probably the most excited about. It's the oldest camera, and it's called an Ensign. And I've done some research, and as far as I can see, I can't find this exact model, but the ones closest to it were very early 1920s, 1922, 1923. So this camera is over 100 years old. It's a 6x9 camera. It's a 120 roll film. The film sits into these little cartridge carriages here. There's a roll film in there, fits into there. The back slides in. Winder. You open up the camera. There's a button here. Open it up, and then extend the camera out. Extend the actual body of the camera out. It is 100 years old. It is in very good condition, I would say, for its age. Little viewfinder there. You actually focus it by moving. There's no focusing sort of on the lens. You actually focus it by moving the bellows. There's some points down here. You may be able to just see them that give you distances. I think it got 3 meters, 8 meters, and infinity. 1.5 meters and 1.5 meters, 3 meters, 8 meters, and infinity. So basically, you just set your distance there. You've got your shutter speeds from 100, 50, 25 bulb, and you've got apertures ranging from f8 all the way up to f32. Now this one, what I want to do with this one is the first thing I'm going to do is I'll just put a roll of film through it, make sure everything's working. I'm pretty certain it is. The shutter seems to work at all speeds. The apertures work. So everything appears to be fine. I don't know how it'll go for light leaks and stuff like that. That doesn't really bother me too much. But what I want to do is once I'm happy with that, I'm going to run a roll of Harman Phoenix 200 through it, colour film, one of the latest films that's been released. I think there's something cool about the idea of putting a brand new film through a camera which is over 100 years old. I don't think I'm going to use this camera an awful lot, but it's certainly just a very cool camera, and I'm looking forward to having a play with it. The viewfinder actually just flips like that, and it's got little, you probably can't see it, it actually has little guides that show you which way it is. So when you're looking down through this and you can look forward, you can actually frame it up. So that's the collection that came off Facebook Marketplace. We agreed on a price. She was happy, I was happy, I walked away. I didn't really know, like, when you go and look at the gear at the time, I could see the condition was good, but you can have a bit of a test and see what you're going to do, but it's always a bit of a gamble whether you're going to come up with something that's good or something not. But I'm really happy with this lot, and I'm looking forward to getting out and shooting them. So if you're liking what I'm doing here, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll be making some more videos real soon. Until then, catch ya.